Hello everyone, good evening. In today's session, we are going to learn about ABAP internal tables. And internal tables are very important when we need to work with multiple records inside a ABAP program. And first, we will learn how to create internal table and insert and append records, read record, and loop through the data and delete record. Okay, let's begin. First, what is an internal table? An internal table is a temporary collection of multiple records and stored in the memory while an ABAP program is running, and each row in an internal table is called, actually it's a line, and each column is called as a field. Okay, and the number of rows can change during the program execution, and because we can add or remove records. Okay, internal table especially useful when we retrieve multiple records from a database and want to process them in memory. In this time, actually it's a we can use internal table. And next we'll discuss about what's the difference between its structure and internal table. Let's understand and what's the main difference between structure and internal table. And for example, it's a customer line. Here it's a customer line, right? A customer line is, and simple, it's a one record. Okay, if anything have, it's a only one customer containing here it's a customer ID is a name, right? And that one it's a structure. And if internal tables, I think if you have it's a multiple records, okay, and same that we can call as a internal table. A simple thing. And internal table represent many records with the same as structure, but it's a structure, it's a only one record. It's a table, internal table, it's a many records. And then let's discuss and why do we need its internal tables, and what's the use of internal tables. First, here you can see, and they provide it's a temporary storage for its a multiple records. And the second one, they can hold database result so that the program can process those records in a memory. And third one, they can store calculation results and intermediate data, and this allow the program to work with the collected records effectively during the its processing. Okay, and the key idea, an internal table exists only during the relevant program. It's a runtime context. It is not a permanent database table. Next, will real world example. And first, let's take a simple example. Suppose an ABAP program need a customer information. Okay, for example, and the program can first read the required records from the database, and then place them into the internal table. Okay, the program can then loop through those records and perform calculations, validations, and display operations. And the basic flow is like it's a database, then internal tables, then processing, and finally output. This is the main purpose. Actually we can use these internal table. Then let's creating an internal table, and that syntax. Okay, first we define the structure of one row using the type statement. And then in our example, okay, customer line. Okay, customer line is the structure. Okay, in that customer line, and we have customer ID and customer name. This is the first, by using types we created it's a customer line, it's a structure. This is the only one record, is a header one. Then that customer by using we define an internal table, right? And type customer tab, it's a internal customer tab is the internal table, type sorted table of customer line with unique key of custard. Okay, like this way actually we can we can define this internal table. We can create an internal table. Then how it's a customer line, it's a table. This one here we can clearly see the difference, and customer line and customer table. Okay, and customer line define it's a what one row looks like. Okay, and here it's a customer ID and customer name, and customer tab and define a kind of internal table that can contain it's a multiple customer lines, line of row, customer IDs, it's a multiple customer ID, customer names. Then it's a finally using data we can create the actual internal table variable called it's a my table. Okay, and my table type it's a customer tab. Okay, here first one is define the structure, and the second one is define the table type, and the third one, and we can create actual table variables. Okay, then it's a simple internal table example, and let's see. First one is the program statement. It's a report, it's a the internal demo. Here then we can define it's a customer line, and with a customer ID and customer name, end of customer line. It's a every begin statement, it's a end of statement also. Then it's a data, and by using data statement, it's a my table, and a type a sorted table of it's a customer line is structure with a unique key customer ID. This is the way actually we can write a simple internal table. Then we can discuss about how to insert statement, how it will work, insert and all the things. And insert is used to mainly it's a add a new row in the internal table. The statement insert customer ID and customer name, and here into the table. It's a syntax we can see in its syntax, and insert customer into table my table. Okay, it's a customer is, and it's a work area, like it's a customer is work area, and in that work area first we can add these two. Here it's the customer hyphen custard ID. Inside customer it's a structure, work area we have customer ID and customer name is the two fields. So finally we can insert into the table. It's a my table. See how it's inserted into the my table. And next, and append statement, and append statement all same as it's a insert. This one also mainly we can use for its inserting records, but it's a only difference. Append always it's a end of the record. It's a final record only. Okay, in between we can't. It's a, if you have for example it's a 1 to 10 records already existed, and if you want to insert new record, if you want to append a new record, that record will be created, it's a 11th one. But if you will use insert, if you want to it's a second row, then we can use it's a insert, and then wherever we want by using a index, and we can insert that row in that index only, that row only. Okay, but append always it's a lost. Okay, and next simple example for append, and how its output is. And here first fill the customer work area, and with customer ID and customer name, and that append to the standard tab, standard table. See here it's a standard table, is a standard tab, and then loop it, looping after it's appending, and you have it's a 101, it's a John already record. Then loop it first standard table into the customer. Now again we are the data, it's whatever we are looping in the table, internal table, that one again we are sending to the customer. Customer is the work area. Okay, in that customer actually we are sending. Okay, Then we can write it's a customer hyphen customer ID and write statement and customer name. Then we will finally is a end loop. Then we will get it's a customer ID, it's a 1001, it's a customer name is a John. This is the way actually it's a append statement will work. And then it's a copying data, I mean how to copying data, and copy the value from one field to another field. Okay, in this example the customer name is copied from the source structure to the target structure. Okay, here you can see G customer 1 name to itab, this is the another table, this is the another table. Okay, this is G customer is the one table and itab is the another, itab 01 is the another table. This name moved to the this itab table 1, and the same way it's a DOB also it's a move to another one. This is the way how it's a copying data one place to another place. Then next one is a move corresponding. Okay, what's the main useful and this move corresponding? When two structures contain the fields with matching names, and for example this one customer 1 to itab, and yeah, this one I think why exactly we are using this one, it's a copying entire, I think it's a multiple records, I think entire one significantly it's a, see how we can, instead of writing it's a separate move statements for every matching field, and one step directly it's only one table to table. Okay, not it's a table column to column. Okay, G customer ID, G DOB and G customer DOB, like to itab it's a DOB itab name, not like that. It's directly we can use it's a move corresponding and direct table to table. Okay, we can, but here important thing is both are it's same that what a type and all the things. Okay, next one we'll discuss about it's a read table. Read table such an internal table for it's a matching record. How we can based on its here for example we can see in this example we search using the customer ID 1001. Okay, the matching record is placed into the customer work area. Okay, customer work area, see you can write it's a read table where we are reading my table, we are reading from my table into where we need to copy that one after reading it's a customer work area with key customer ID equal to 10, wherever actually that customer ID 1001, there only it's that record will be fetched, that record will move to customer work area. Then we can see in here if say subRC. Okay, this is the main system field, and this system field when above statement is successfully working, okay, above successfully executing, then only this size subRC is a 0. In case this record this fetching information is it's not working properly, I mean not executed correctly, it's a no record, then this size subRC is a different values, it's a 1 4 like that, and we'll discuss later that one, it's a different codes, what's the use of that one. But in here that's why actually if that success, right, size subRC equal to 0 means it's success, then we can write, we can print this customer name. Okay, so here we can see expected output what we are getting, it's a 1001, we have it's a John name, that's why it's this record is successfully executed, and we are getting output is a John. Next we'll discuss read table example. I think we already discussed in a previous session, and same thing I think it's a repeated, and I think here actually we used it's a multiple, it's a search key, success check, and these are all the things I think whatever we discussed, and how okay it's a this slide moreover it's a with explanation of its entire example, but we already discussed before slide and no need to discuss. Next, delete statement, and here it's a delete is used to remove one or it's a more records from an internal table. In this example we can see, and here it's a delete table, it's a my table, and with the table key customer ID 1001, and then only if customer ID match with 1001, then only this record will be deleted. And if this statement okay this whatever it's delete table, it's my table, and whenever it's customer ID equal to 1001, this one is success, then that size sub RC it's showing it's 0, otherwise it will not. In case this record is not there, this size sub RC some other value will come. So, and this is the main, and how it's a delete is working, and all the things. But the main thing, and delete, but internal table it's okay, and these are in memory, right? And only it's a program, it's a dummy table, it's a like it's a not a real table, it's okay with it's a delete statement. But whenever we are working, it's a database table, and in that time actually delete statement it's a very careful, and check before we are deleting anything, and check that conditions and properly. And it's if in case any it's a record will delete, again will retrieve, it's a very difficult, right? And yeah, that is the thing. And next one actually it's a delete example, it's the same, it's a repeated, and whatever we discussed it's a previous. Here it's a customer ID, and insert customer into the table my table, and the second one is record 1002 alias, and this one are two records we inserted. Then it's a delete table my table with a table key customer ID 1001, and 1001 is deleted. And the second, if you want to execute this record, I mean if you want to select by using select query, and if you want to search, select star from table, and then you will get it's only one record, and that one is the 1002 alias. And this is the complete example of delete one. Next we'll discuss about, and what exactly we discussed, and summarize today's session, entire session. And internal table, and what is the internal table, and that internal table is a temporary collection of multiple records, and using during the ABAP program execute. And the second one is, and why exactly we are using, and this internal table, its main purpose is reusing and reusable that internal tables, and it's a memory point of view. And third one is that the now every time we are fetching for, it's a time consuming, right? It's it will not that much of effect, and a normal one if you will use it's a big project and multiple tables, then only it will be see that difference. But that is the way, and that's why actually internal tables mainly use, and some multiple times we no need to go that database table and fetching, and that is the not a correct way. And whenever you want, then we can take that one and keep it one place, then we can use it entire programming. And next one, and how to create internal table, insert, append, and what's the difference between insert and append, and read table, and how to loop it, and how to delete it. And these are all are actually we are discussed. And finally one more thing also we discussed, and how to check sub RC and system variable. And after that operation such as it's a read table or a delete, when the program need to be know whether the operation was successful or not. In that time actually we can mainly use size abarc. This is a good practice. Yeah, these are all the topics actually we covered in this session. I hope and everyone understand this session, and thank you for watching this training session. Yeah, keep practice these examples, and try with some other examples also. And okay, bye, good night.